welcome to another video. So in this video I'll be solving this question of lead code. So it's a question of medium difficulty. Okay, so let's see what is the problem. So the problem is that you are given a matrix that is made up of only zeros and ones. Okay, and you need to find out the distance of the nearest zero, okay, from each number of this matrix. Okay, so let's say here we have a 0, but I mean the number is 0 and we need to find out distance from 0. So we'll put 0 because 0 is already present at that location, so the distance is 0, right? And let's come to this 1. So the number at the location is 1 and we need to find out distance from 0. So if you see that all the neighbors of this one are already 0, so the distance of this one from 0 is 1. Okay, so that's why this matrix is this one. Now let's come on to this matrix because this is a bit interesting. This was, I mean, pretty simple. This is a bit interesting. So here the distance of this one from the nearest 0, so that nearest 0 can be at the right, at the left, or can be at the top. So distance from all these three zeros are 1, so we have written 1 here in the solution. Similarly, for this one we have 0 at the top, and for this one we have 0 at the top, so both are 1 1, like distance from 0 is 1. Now let's come on to this 2. Like in this solution matrix it's written 2 as the distance. So let's see, the distance of this one from the nearest 0 is actually 2. So if we see that at the top of this one we have a 1 and then a 0, so distance is 2 here. Let's move on to the right neighbor, so it's 1, and at the top of this one we have a 0, so here also the distance is 2. On the left side same, the distance is 2. Okay, so minimum distance from 0 is 2. Great. So let's come on to the solution for this. The solution which I thought of is simple. Like we'll make a solution matrix. Okay, and in our solution matrix, let's say this is the input that we get. We'll make the same matrix of the same size. That would be the solution matrix. Okay, so when we are looking at the 0, okay, so if the input is 0, that number at that location is 0, then the distance of that number from 0 is 0. I mean, if that 0 is already present at a location, then the distance is already 0. Okay, so according to the question, the matrix will have only zeros and ones. Okay, and we need to find out the distance of each digit, each number of this matrix, okay, each cell of this matrix from 0. So we have only zeros and ones. Okay, so for ones we need to find out what is the nearest 0 to it, like what is the distance of the nearest 0 to it. But in case we have zeros, then I mean our answer is simple, 0, because the 0 is present at that location, so we don't need to find out any distance, so the distance would be 0. So if you see, if we get the 0, then in the solution matrix all of these wherever we have zeros we directly put zeros there. Okay, when we do not have a 0, okay, so let's say it is integer dot max value, which is the highest value. Okay, so let's assume that distance is very large. Okay, so if I say that this one is if I find out that this one has 0 as its neighbor, then I'll modify the distance as 1. But for now I am saying that all the distance is integer dot max value. Okay, now coming to the solution, we are done with these zeros. Okay, now we need to think about this, the locations where we had 1. Okay, here the locations where we have 1. So in the solution matrix, in the location where we have 1, we actually now have integer dot max value, which is a very big number. Okay, so my approach was simple, that let's start iterating the matrix. Okay, so if we get 1, then we need to do some computation, otherwise we do not need to do anything. So that's the simple approach. Like we don't need to do anything if we are getting zeros, we just need to do something if we get 1. So when you are getting 1, I just did a simple thing, just check your neighbors. If if their distance of those neighbors are calculated, then my distance from 0 would be the distance of my neighbor plus 1. Okay, so we'll try to find out all the directions like up, down, bottom and left. So up, left and right both are zeros, so all are zeros, so our answer would be 0 plus 1. Okay, so we have written 1 here. And if we see down here, then down would be integer dot max value. So right now it is 2 in the solution, but in our matrix, once we are iterating from top, then we will have infinity here. Okay, so that would be infinity plus 1. So I mean, infinity plus 1 is not the correct answer. We are already done with the correct answer because of the left, right and top. Okay, so we need not to replace it. So I would say we will put 1 in this solution and we'll compare it with what answer we are getting from the bottom digit. So from the bottom we are getting integer dot max value, we have 1 here, so we'll store the minimum of those numbers. Okay, so I think you got the approach. Okay, so let's iterate through the solution once, right? So the solution is simple. As I said, I'll make an answer matrix. Okay, and in that matrix I'll be putting 0 for the numbers which are 0, and if the number is not 0, I am putting integer dot max value. Okay, so why I am putting integer dot max value minus 1, that I'll tell you as we discuss the solution, because it also has a logic. So once we are done with the solution matrix, we then try to iterate the matrix and correct our solution matrix. So we need to find out the distance of ones from zeros now. Okay, so we need to do that. We need to replace the integer dot max value now. Okay, so I am iterating through the matrix. I need to work only if matrix I comma j is not equal to 0. That means that I have 1 there, then only I need to do computation. So it's simple, like I am finding out what is at top of me, what is below me, what is at the left, what is at the right. Okay, so I am trying to compute all my neighbors and I am trying to see if they have their answers or not. So if they will have their answers, I'll simply add 1 to their answer and my answer is done. Okay, so I am putting the if conditions to just make a check, so that let's say you are at the top row and you are trying to access a row behind it, so that's not possible now. So that's why I am writing is I minus 1 greater than equal to 0, just to make sure that we are within the range of the matrix, we are not crossing the matrix. Otherwise I'll get an error of array index out of bound if I try to access, let's say, I, which is minus 1. So minus 1 row is nothing, right? So that's why I am doing these checks, and yeah, my approach is simple. The only problem with this approach is that, let's say here in this matrix you have all the ones in top 2 rows. Okay, once you are iterating it, then for this first position 1, you'll try to find the neighbor below, neighbor on the right. So neighbor on the left and neighbor on the top doesn't exist here, right? So only down and right are left. So down would also be 1 and right would also be 1. So in the solution matrix we would have infinity there. Okay, integer dot max value. So eventually we will add minimum of what is already present there, which would be integer dot max value and integer dot max value plus 1. So that's why, so integer dot max value, so if you add a plus 1 to it, it would be like out of the range of integers and you'll eventually get a negative number. So to avoid that, I actually subtracted 1 from here. Okay, so now you got the problem, right? If I have 1 in all these 2 rows, in all these numbers, then let's say I'm trying to find the answer of 1 at the top, then I won't be able to do it because it would be infinity and its neighbors would also be infinity. So my answer would be infinity, and I'll just move down the matrix, and once I get any 0, then once my neighbor is 0, then I'll start filling the matrix. So the problem is when you have the cluster of ones and there is no solution to it. Okay, so there are no zeros or there are no neighbors which are zeros. So in that case you have a problem. Okay, so to solve this problem, what I did is I went from the top also and from the bottom also. So first I did the same thing from the top, like finding if I have 1, then I see if its neighbors are 0, then I try to compute it, and if it's not 0 also, then I see that if the neighbors have a value in it or not. So if the result is computed or not. So if the result would be computed, then I'll be able to take the result. So I'm checking that thing. So for example, here we have 1, and I am looking that there is 1 at the top. Okay, the solution is done for here. Then I'll say okay, my solution is my neighbor's answer plus 1. So here in all the cases my answer is becoming 2. So this would be solved. Okay, and for the numbers which would be left in the first iteration, what I will do is I will do a second iteration from the bottom to the top, so that there are no numbers which are left. And let's try to do the computation from bottom also. Okay, so all the numbers, let's say this cluster would be solved. Then if this cluster would not be solved because of the ones at the top, it would be solved once we start computing from the bottom, because it would be then solved by the bottom computations. Okay, so we can do this. And yep, I did this, and the solution is working fine. Like I have tested the solution and this is working fine. So I just went from top to bottom and then from bottom to top again and just returned the answer. So that's it. It was a simple thing, right? And yep, that is pretty much about it. So if you have any queries, you can write it in the comment box. Okay, so let's meet in the other video then. Bye bye.